What is going on, family? Hope you guys are doing well today. Today I'm going to be covering excuse me, one of the biggest projects that could be in 2024, guys. This next bull run, guys. This project is pretty massive. I did very little research on this project. Then I started digging into this project and it just hit me like a bolt of lightning, guys. This project has massive potential. There's massive gains that can be had with this project, guys. This project is basically building one of the world's most valuable technological innovations that cryptocurrency has yet to see, guys. So if you haven't heard about this project, guys, or if you haven't even looked into this project, guys, let me introduce Internet Computer, guys, also known as ICP. That's how we call it out, guys. So if you guys have had a long day, kick off your shoes, relax. If you're at the gym, hit that treadmill because this video is going to have some length to it, guys. I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get into it. Let's not waste no time. Internet Computer, ICP. All right, guys, let's talk about some context behind this project. So Internet Computer was founded by Dominic Williams in 2017, guys, but he actually started working on this project in 2015. But he's also put in a lot of work and helped basically build a foundation called the Utilty Foundation with investors to create the world computer. The vision was so ambitious that many investors jumped into this project or this foundation to help fund it because of the fact that they saw the technology that Mr. Dominic Williams was putting into place, guys. So they essentially built the foundation. The money went in and they funded the project by creating the ICP token. So once they created the ICP token, that essentially hit the market in 2021, guys. So from a point of 2015 to 2021, which is roughly about 6 years, there was finally a step forward to this massive project. So aside from that, not only the dedication and commitment put into this project, the size of the team is enormous, guys. The Utilty team to date is around 270 plus members building each day to make this project successful. When I started looking at the Utilty name for that foundation, I was like, okay, well, let me see some context behind why that was created. Well, in essence, to retrospect that the Utilty, it actually stood for Decentralized Infinity, guys, which is super cool. That's just a little nugget I threw out there, guys, just in case you didn't know. If you know, now you know. So in my mind, a project of vision backed by a team of that size of over 270 members, guys, that only screams one thing, and that is success, guys. Their vision is very simple. They're building to drive massive users and volume into the project with very little challenges to software and development. The end game, obviously, for this project is clear: divide and conquer into a mass global adoption, guys. So when gathering information and data about ICP Internet Computer, I found that building a Web3 service and direct enterprise system is kind of what they're going for, guys. So looking at what sets ICP or Internet Computer apart is their system and their strategy, guys. It's obviously their structure. They have built a system that uses something called canister, guys. So let me explain what a canister is. So a canister is basically the easiest way to explain this, guys, is a storage bin for subnets of networks. These subnets are acting as swapping mechanisms or NFT or any type of downloads, gaming platforms. When these are downloaded, they're tracked and stored into these canisters, and these canisters help provide user matrix for the performance of the project, guys. So they're pulling all this data and information through these downloads and through the users, and they're basically storing it in canisters, and those canisters essentially represent the amount of throughput going through Internet Computer, guys. So for example, ICP has initially started with only a couple hundred canisters when they first came out with their project. Sorry, guys. So when they first came out with their project, they only had a couple hundred canisters. So those are reported like in the beginning stages of the project. Now, if we fast forward to now, currently to date, Internet Computer is running around a couple 100,000 of those canisters, guys. So Internet Computer has basically grown consistently over time, and data is so important. It's what really drives a business to success. I mean, any business model or business corporation or anything you're in has metrics, guys, and these metrics, they gauge and they give you a flashback or a snapshot of what happened through the week, through the day, through the month. Metrics are important for you to try to help gauge on how successful your company is. All right, that's just a little bit of business stuff for you guys. All right, so driving, looking at the matrix and how the performance is, and looking at the data for Internet Computer, it shows consistent, excellent growth from the time that they launched up until now, guys. I mean, even with the market being the way it is, and there's a backstory to why Internet Computer went so high in price and then obviously down to this low, and it's been at these levels for quite some time, guys. So there's a lot of other projects have done the same thing, guys, where they've come out and they were drove down so deep, but there's always a backstory to why that occurred, especially with all the fraudulent activity that went on in 2022, 2021 with FTX collapsing. Like, they did so much damage to a lot of projects, guys. It's ridiculous. This dude needs to be, I don't know, I won't go political, but this guy caused a lot of ruckus in the crypto space, guys. But anyways, back to Internet Computer. So data is important to show how the crypto project is performing, guys. So the data behind what their canisters are doing is very significant. There's a lot of transactions and a lot of users, guys. But looking at the transaction side of it, so that is another metric that you could use to gauge on how successful a business is doing. So let's take a look at ICP. So ICP has been performing at 2,000 to 3,000 transactions per second. So during the bear market, ICP has had a very consistent performance behind transactions and processing transactions on Internet Computer. So when you put the performance against similar projects like Ethereum or Solana, which these two projects are essentially direct competitors, well, for now, because I'm hearing that ICP may merge with Ethereum. I don't know. That's just what I hear. Maybe you guys could drop me some knowledge in the comments, guys. All right. So with Ethereum and Solana against ICP, you know, ICP is actually performing better than Ethereum in a sense of usage, but against Solana, it seems like there's a little bit of lacking that ICP has. Now, it's not necessarily because ICP is not robust enough to keep up with Solana's performance. The key point is ICP is lacking in a sense of transactions processing, right? So looking at Solana and why they're ahead just a little is because the type of transactions that Solana is processing. So basically running most of the valued transactions off chain. So Solana is running stuff off chain and then some on chain. So it's allowing them to process information a lot quicker because they're not really doing the whole processing of transactions properly. So that's what gives them the little advantage. Now you take that away because ICP is doing everything on chain in a decentralized manner. It's a little bit slower when it comes to versing Solana. Okay, now looking at if Solana would operate in the same manner as ICP, guys, then we would see Solana struggling, and ultimately ICP would be leading both Ethereum and Solana as far as when it comes to transactions, transaction speeds, and then essentially cost, guys, which is super important, especially for users like us to want to use that chain. We want to be paying the less fees, but also having the best quality of performance. All right, so let's take a look at some of the ecosystem for ICP. Guys, so the ecosystem for ICP is really, really unique, guys. And this is what really intrigued me to really want to research into ICP and see what is really going on with their ecosystem. So if you look at some of the projects that are built on ICP or Internet Computer right now, there is some pretty gnarly projects that are being built on this chain, guys. Also, to add to that, their apps are ridiculous, guys. So ICP is basically dominating because of their world computer ecosystem, because they have a wide variety of applications and world utility. Like, what makes a project valuable? It makes a project valuable when it has utility, something that I could use. If there's nothing that, if it's just screaming, oh, you could just swap cryptos on my exchange or my ecosystem, like, okay, you could do that anywhere. But ICP has built a dynamic system, right, where they could incorporate social media, music, anything that you can think of when it comes to web utilization. They have incorporated that within their project. So one of the coolest projects that I've seen, guys, is Discover. Now, this is an application that sits on ICP, guys. So it's basically a social media platform that has been built on ICP, which is super unique because on this platform, guys, you could connect in a Web3 setting and build, share, sell, and trade NFTs, unify teams, unify groups, create on-chain environment utilizing ICP. But the cool thing about this platform is that you could actually token gate this community, right? So you could build a team, but only people who have ICP or whatever you tokenize that group with, NFT related to Internet Computer, a token related to Internet Computer, you would need that to actually access that type of community in order to be a participant within that social media platform, guys. And generally, you could build masterminds, you could build crypto learning centers, you could build essentially anything you want within that group, tokenize it, and in order to be a part of it, you would have to hold a certain amount of whatever it is to be in that group, which is super awesome, guys, because, you know, it takes cryptocurrency and projects like this to actually start incorporating the world to adopt to it, guys. These things, these items, these platforms and services are going to bring more people into cryptocurrency, which is super exciting for the cryptocurrency space, guys. They also have an ICP swap, which is a decentralized exchange, and it helps leverage ICP with swapping on chains through different chains and trading at low cost and high speeds. They also have it's an app called Funded, which is basically a Web3 crowdfunding platform, guys, that allows ICP. You could use ICP, BTC, and Ethereum. This one is awesome, guys. It's called Open Chat. So basically, this is a community that you could get involved with, chat with community members. You could actually send crypto with a simple text message, guys, to whoever's on the other end or whoever you're sending it to, which is awesome, guys. And they also have many more Web3 environment type of platforms and applications. And the Definity Foundation has actually donated to a group in a specific area to build on ICP, guys, and utilize some of these apps in order to put the tokens into an area of usage, guys, and this is where I was talked about in an earlier video about ICP, that you could actually find a way to minimize and start reducing that the total supply, because it is inflationary right now, but after 2 years, I believe they're going to start, it's a 7% decrease every year after year after year. But now, to help drive that with items like these, to help find burning mechanisms, find ways to limit the supply, this is what's going to continue to drive ICP higher and higher and higher, guys. Let alone them talking about merging up with Ethereum to make a huge worldwide computer global network for cryptocurrency, which is solid, guys. Who wouldn't want to buy that? All right, so those are key things about ICP as far as their ecosystem goes. Let's get into a couple options of how you could get invested with ICP, guys. So one of the coolest things that ICP does is they have a staking network system. This system is called network nervous system, and this is where you could actually go and put some liquidity into ICP or Internet Computer. You could actually stake your coins and lock them up for long amount of time. I believe that mostly generally people are doing the 8-year lockup, because what happens is you lock these up, guys, but you could actually earn yield gains off of that. So say if you were to put 10,000 or 1,000 or whatever the case may be, and ICP starts to go up, which it really is, guys, you could gain yield gains off of that, where you could actually just use that money and keep your initial investment locked up for a course of a couple years or 8 years, guys, or a couple, however you want to do it. But the 8-year plan, guys, and this is like what's perpetual to me, guys, is because it's like crazy. So what I seen through it, and using other people's investment strategies and the way that they're doing things makes a lot of sense, guys, because if you lock these tokens up for 8 years, that puts us into close to that 2032 bull run, where ICP, I project, is going to be around 500, maybe a 500x from where it is today, guys. And I simply think that there is no way that ICP can't do 100x in this next bull run, guys, because the community is starting to grow. This project is through the roof, and we're going to push this thing to basically get some exposure, because this project cannot go dormant. This is a super interesting project with massive potential. The way that they're doing things, it's shutting down Solana. I believe it's neck and neck with Ethereum, and I believe that Vitalik knows that. And this is where I think that he's given praise to ICP, to Dominique Williams, for what he's done, and Definity Foundation. So in my mind, this project is going to be huge and very successful. So I am going to price predict this coin to hit at least $300, guys, by the next bull run, because of the amount of world utility, the amount of structure that this company has, and a team of 270 plus members, guys. There is no way this project is not going to lay dormant or not get no attention. This is going to be a huge project, guys, for 2024. So I hope you guys like this, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that bell notification, because I will be doing more ICP videos, guys. I cover Jasmy, I cover ICP, Mina Protocol, Caspa. These are some projects that are newer projects that deserve some attention. They deserve to get some exposure, guys, because we're here at the end game to make money in cryptocurrency, and that's what we're headed to do, guys. Invest in our futures, our families, and whatever we want to give freely to, guys. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys like this one. Take care and be blessed.